Okay, we're on an AI kick this morning. I wish this AI tool never existed.
There's a new tool that's blowing my mind. EMO. Emote Portrait Alive. They are promising to give everyone the power to make a picture appear to sing a song or just look like it is singing. Let's see what this tool can do. And even more importantly, when it will be available for public use. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I want it to be public. Recently, OpenAI introduced Sora, text-to-video model, where you can write a text prompt and it will give you a video. It looks super impressive, but
Yeah, we actually went over that. It's in our AI playlist. It's in we have like an AI playlist.
haven't seen any footage of advanced facial expressions. But that's where Alibaba came up with something amazing and scary at the same time. So, EMO. Emote Portrait Alive. Generating expressive portrait videos with audio-to-video diffusion model under weak conditions. It looks quite complicated when you put it like this, but all that means that you need to upload an image, audio, and it will generate a video. Here's how it works in practice. You input audio of someone talking or singing. Then you input a single image, which can be a real person, AIGC, or anime, and it will give you a driven video. Let me show you some generated examples. Okay, so here's the first video of Mona Lisa talking.
Yes, one. And in this manner, he was to imagine me his love, his mistress.
No, don't do that to Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa doesn't talk like that. That's ridiculous. Mona Lisa is very loving, not pretentious. This is a pretentious Mona Lisa. This is why AI still needs work. AI doesn't understand Mona Lisa. AI doesn't understand Mona Lisa like I understand Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa was a very loving, caring woman, compassionate, filled with warmness. This is a very pretentious, like I would never want to be this Mona. I would never want to be around this Mona Lisa. This Mona Lisa right here is annoying and self-pretentious. Ugh. Mona Lisa was warm and inviting, beautiful. She melted you. The one on the right is just like a nightmare. It's nightmare fuel, I tell you.
And I set him every day to woo me.
That
At
Mona
which
Lisa,
time
eh?
would I,
You like
being
Mona
but a
Lisa?
loonish youth,
Hey!
Geez, that looks super weird. Imagine traveling back in time and showing this to Leonardo da Vinci. I bet he would consider me a witch. Okay, now let's take a look at this one. How DiCaprio manages to rap one of the most
The guy's jokes are a little bit stiff, you know, like that was not as funny as me, just saying.
difficult songs in the world.
An AA with an AK melee, finna said it like a play date, but a vacate.
First off, this kid would never, ever be able to rap like this. I mean, AI getting it wrong once again. This guy's only ordering a latte. I mean, this guy cannot rap. Like, obviously, this is just AI being stupid.
Can't retreat like a vacate mayday. This beat is cray cray Ray J H-A-H-A-H-A. Laughing all the way to the bank. I spray flames I cannot tame or placate the monster. You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. Normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon.
Well,
The facial features still need work. You can tell, like, you know, it still needs a little bit work.
I know DiCaprio is talented, but I bet he couldn't rap this song. You see, he moves his head all over the place, his eyes can blink, and he shows different emotions. This is super realistic. Now let's see how it animates.
I don't think it's that realistic. I still think it needs a lot of work.
Other languages. For example, this one is in Chinese.
It's the eyes. It's like it needs work on the eyes. It's like the eyes are misformed. The jaw, the way the mouth moves is still like, but it is impressive. It is still impressive. Like even the lips at certain times, like the lips come out, they look like they're melting out forward.
Okay, so typically when you see something like this, only the lips or mouth move. But here you can notice facial expression changing, head movements, and everything syncing with the singing or talking. It's really impressive to see. I believe Harry Potter living paintings are gonna look pretty ordinary to kids of the next generation.
Yeah, like no doubt, it is still better than having to pretend for real, right, Stunner? I mean, like like what we see like a year ago, Will Smith snorting up spaghetti, and it was like AI's version of rendering Will Smith. And it was really bad. And then like now we've come a year forward and we're starting to see this. You already see the improvements. It's exponential. By the time next week hits, it's going to be better. That, you know, like everything's moving on a quantitative measure. It's ridiculous.
But let's look at the paper, how they managed to do that. So first, they start with the reference image.
I like
then
the
they
idea.
include the motion frames, which are created during this diffusion process. And then you get the end result. I don't fully understand this process, but I believe every expression and motion comes from audio. You see, every audio track have different voice pitches. So for example,
A deep, low voice pitch might make the input image look angry or frustrated.
while a high voice pitch would probably make your reference image look happy and smiling. I'm sure some of you know better, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Some other impressive things I found in this paper.
I don't know. I had a friend named Neil who had a very high-pitched voice, and he was angry all the time, you know? So I don't necessarily agree with that. It was rather funny, though, when he got upset. Sorry, Neil, if you're watching.
Is that here they say that they can generate videos any duration depending on the length
Oh
of
my God,
input.
this is a great idea, Sketch. Let's get you guys a link after this. Remind me, we should have a contest or do this to my face. And like we had our song contest last week, we should have like this as a DG360 contest where I'm doing crazy shit. Like this is something we need to do. I love this. I love this idea, Sketch.
Audio, which is really cool because Sora can generate videos only up to 60 seconds. Well, at least what they say in their official document. Also, here they say that they're focusing on the dynamic and nuanced relationship between audio cues and facial movement. So that's what I talked about earlier. They can listen to the audio and figure out how someone's head will probably move when they talk or sing. And
I don't think that the AI could properly simulate all of my chins. I'm just saying I don't think that the AI would be able to handle all of the chins. What we have to do though is find out if this is easy to use. We'll find out. Like, because if it sounds like it's a little bit more complex than some of the programs out there, but we'll
that
see.
is what's unique about this AI, because other avatar generators are very limited when it comes to facial expressions or head movements. Here are some examples of my created clones and deepfakes using other tools.
Hey, this is my clone talking. As you can see, it's not the best.
It's been a while since you've had one of those nightmares.
You can definitely see how much better this one is. However, with great power comes great responsibility. An AI like this opens up a lot of possibilities for scammers or even propaganda. Anyone with basic computer skills could create a fake content to spread misinformation. Of course,
I see that shit all the time with crypto. Like I see like fake Michael Saylor videos or Brian Armstrong videos or like these guys involved with crypto that are like hires up. And then they have a QR code on there like scan this and we will give it for every Bitcoin that you give away. We will give you 1,000 Bitcoins. Like who the fuck falls for that? That is the craziest shit in the world. In fact, I hate QR codes. QR codes are the worst invention ever because it's a portal into opening something malicious on your phone. Like it's the weirdest thing that people are just cool with, like scanning a QR code that like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what the QR code is putting in there. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's the easiest gateway to get malicious content ever.
of course, we already have deepfakes,
Yeah,
but deepfakes require much more work to look realistic.
I don't even do that shit in a restaurant. I went to a restaurant on Cleveland off of 4th Street one time, and I'm like, I'm not putting that QR code. I'm not scanning that QR code. And Christy's like, DG, it's a menu. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know what else is in that. Do you read QR code, Christy? Do you know it? No, I will not. You put that on your phone. That's not going on my phone.
thing that's worrying me is that this tool comes from Alibaba, a Chinese company, and
Oh, fucking A. I just had an issue with fucking spyware, Vanguard, anti-cheat, because a fucking League of Legends had an update. And man, was that crazy shit, putting some crazy shit in my boot and in the BIOS, man. And the shit would not delete. I'm like, what did I just do to myself? I opened myself up to China. Like, it was ridiculous. I'm like, I'm never playing League of Legends again with this Riot Vanguard anti-cheat bullshit. It was ridiculous. Like, no more. No more. I'll just pass. I'm done.
And as we know, China is not the best at keeping our data private. Additionally,
No, really? Biggest understatement of the century.
it will be a real challenge for journalism and democracy. But let's better talk about what can be done so it wouldn't be used
Yep.
against us.
Exactly,
Probably
Fingers.
the
It's a
easiest way would
DLL
be to
file.
delete all your photos.
It was a DLL file, man. I did everything I could to like lay waste to it and nuke just about anything associated with Fingers. It took me like 3 fucking hours. It was the most, It's the reason why I didn't put any work into taking pictures on the Jeep. For today, we were talking about we needed names for my Jeep. Well, it took time away from the stream because of this Chinese fucking spyware bullshit. Like look what's happening right now with TikTok. They're under the gun, and you know what they're doing. That's why I don't do TikTok, man. I just don't, because you know what they're doing, man. They're taking people's info. Easy peasy 1, 2, 3 easy, man. They're taking it. People are sucking it down. They're happy for it. They're like, sure, take everything I own and know, put it into a CCP database, for God's sake. And now, because there's pushback from the government on TikTok and shit, was it a coincidence that all of a sudden League of Legends, a 10-cent company, the CEO, a board member of the CCP, actually in the CCP, okay? 10 cent. Riot. And then they give out a spyware like, oh, by the way, you have to download this now. Seems like we're losing control of our information from TikTok. So just to back it up as an insurance program, why don't we just make this new League of Legends patch have some Riot Vanguard spyware just to back it up in case TikTok goes away?
From all social media accounts, which doesn't sound realistic nowadays, but it's definitely a good practice to not use your real photos for forums, Reddit, or other similar accounts. To prevent ourselves from being scammed, you can look for signs in videos. For example, one thing you can notice is any transformation or blurring around the mouth, eyes, or hairline. I also noticed that these generated videos kind of have the same head movements. It looks like the head is bouncing off the walls. But probably the most important thing is simply being aware of the possibilities of modern technology and recognizing that we can't trust anything online 100%. If you get a video of a person you know saying something important, you should definitely double check with them over other means of communication. Just give them a call, or even better, do a video call with them. On the other hand, it could help many creators who don't show their faces in their videos. It would also save me time creating simple B-rolls. This tool could be also used for educating and training. Of course, I would use it for entertainment purposes also, but as cool as this is,
I think the more that people use AI, it's going to get kind of watered down, actually. I think the content's going to lose a lot of spice and originality. I think that you're going to be able to spot AI content super easy, as you are right now. The second you start to see AI content, you're like, oh, fuck this shit. And you click, you're like, I don't want it. So there will be a day where it does get exciting, you know, that the spark of the creativity from the creator can flow through and AI can interpret it. The imagination will always come from the human. AI has made some crazy shit. Some test things I've done with ChatGPT in terms of like writing stories, ideas, pretty fucking awesome. In fact, using it has given me ideas. Just in everyday normal life as an entrepreneurial type dude has given me ideas. But in terms of like imagination, I don't think it's ever going to get to that point until AI hits a point where it's conscious of itself, and that's called the singularity. And I think at that point, then you'll see it really take off. But like right now, when you see AI content, you know what AI content is. You can see the AI content. Even as great as Suno was, which was the AI software that gave us all those amazing songs, is fantastic. But the more you listen to it, and you can ask Backspace this, the more you can kind of realize, oh, this is kind of AI generated. But still pretty fucking amazing how far, leaps and bounds, it's come in the past year. Just in the past year. Crazy.
It's created by Alibaba Group, the team behind the Animate Anyone project, which has never been released. So the odds are pretty same with this one as well. Considering all the potential risks, you might think it's better this way. But personally, I think it's important for humanity to start using this tool to become immune to it. So AI can be described as a fork. You can eat with it, but it's also possible to stab with it. Tools like this can bring a lot of good and bad. It amazes me how this world is moving so fast.
Tools like this can bring a lot of good or bad. That's the most bland statement I've ever heard in my entire life. No, really? I understand.